let's install Python 3. First thing I'm going to do is prove I do not have Python installed. So to do that, I'm going to press my Windows key here. You can just alternatively come down here and click here. But I'm going to look to open a command prompt. So I'm going to type in CMD, which should bring up the best match for command prompt. And I'm going to make sure that Python isn't installed. So I'm going to enter the Python command and press enter. And I expect this error. Python is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program, or batch file. So Python isn't installed on my computer, or at least it's not on my path. Okay, so let's go ahead and install it. Now open up a browser and head on over to python.org. So python.org, O-R-G. Hit enter. And if you hover over this downloads section here on their horizontal nav bar, you'll notice it should auto detect you're on Windows, and it should pop up with the most recent version, which at the time of recording is 3.7.3. If you want a specific version, you can click here, view the full list of downloads, and that's going to bring you to this page where you can go ahead and scroll through the downloads and download a specific one. But I'm just going to look for the most recent one, so I'm going to hover again over the downloads in the horizontal nav bar here, and I'm just going to click 3.7.3, and that's going to download it here. So this is where my downloads are. It popped up in my downloads folder, so I could navigate there and open it, but I'm just going to double click here to execute this program. Yes, I do want this to run and make changes. So here we go. So here is the Python installer for 3.7.3 on Windows. Now before we just start clicking through, you'll see here there's really two sections I can click. The install now, it tells you the path it's going to install it to, so that's very important. Make sure you pay attention to this path because you may need it here in the future. It also includes idle, pip, and documentation. We want pip, which is the Python package manager, so that's great. Otherwise, you could come here and customize your installation, and through this it'll prompt you a couple times, so you can click on these if you want, include or exclude different features, have some advanced options, change your install location. But I'm just going to go with the default install location, so I'm going to hit back and back, so back to the kind of main installer. Now this is important that I'm going to come down here and see where it says add Python 3.7 to path. If I do not click this, it's not on my path, so therefore it will not work from my command prompt like this. So you want to make sure this is clicked. I'm not going to click it because I'm going to show you how to update your path in case something goes wrong or in case you forget to click this. But make sure, if you don't want to do that, make sure you click add Python 3.7 to path. All right, so I'm just going to install now. It's going to start going through the process here. I'm going to pause the video and come back to it. All right, so I got a successful installation. You can start the online tutorial if you want, so you can click this here. This is the Python official documentation, which is great, and you can work through here if you want. But let's also make sure that Python works from my command prompt. Okay, if you clicked add Python to path, you're good, and you should be able to come in here to your command prompt. You may have to open a new one because the path only updates, or it's only pulled the first time you launch your command prompt. So go ahead and exit your command prompt, open up another one, type in Python. Mine's gonna fail because I didn't click that path. Hopefully yours works. Also try this, pip freeze. Pip is a Python package manager, so you want to hopefully make sure both those commands work. In my case, they're not going to, so I need to fix that. So I'm going to manually update my path. So the way I'm going to do that, I'll close my command prompt, close my browser, not using it. Going back down here to the search bar, and I'm just going to type in path. All right, and it's going to say, hey, edit the system environment variables. Click on that. I want to click down here on the environment variables. And this is going to bring up the different environment variables I have. So notice I have this one called path. This is the one I want to edit, okay? So I want to edit the path variable, and in here you'll notice I only have this Windows apps directory, whatever. I want to add a new one. So this is why I was saying make sure you remember where your Python installation was, okay? Because I need to go ahead and update my path and include that installation directory. So I'm going to browse. I know exactly where it is. Hopefully I can remember. It was in, let's see, C, users, project full stack. In here, it's in a hidden directory, app data. So if you can't see this, you're gonna have to show your hidden folders, which again, you can just type down here and search for hidden, and it'll say show hidden files and folders. Come down here and make sure this is clicked. Show hidden files, folders, and drives. Okay, because app data is hidden. In here, it's in local. And in local, I believe it's in like programs, program file, something. Here we go, programs. There's Python. And there's Python3 So I'm going to say, okay. Right now, this is going to work, Python3 So I'm going to hit okay. And I'm going to come down here now. So this all should be good. I'm going to open up a command prompt. And let's type in Python. Well, way to make my face red. What's going on here? Python3 Okay, maybe I have to click OK here. Yeah, that should have actually saved it. Let's try that one more time. Command and Python. There we go. So now Python's working. Okay. Pip, however, is not going to work. Pip being the Python package manager, that makes it super easy to install things. And you can see you can type in exit with parentheses there, and that will close this kind of Python interpreter there. So if I type pip freeze, which is going to list all the Python packages I have installed, I'm going to say, hey, that's not recognized. Again, it's not on my path. Okay, it's installed because it comes with Python by default, unless you did a custom installation said not to. So I need to go back in here into my environment variables. So if you don't remember, you just click down here, you type in path, edit your system environment variables, come down here to environment variables, click on your path, we want to edit that, and we want to add a new one. So let's browse. It's pretty much, it's a subdirectory of my Python installation. So it's in C, it's in users, it's in project full stack. Let's see, where was it? App data, local. And again, this could be very different based on your machine. Let's go to programs, Python, and we're looking for the scripts folder. Okay, so I'm going to include that, hit OK, and hit OK again. Bring my command prompt up. Pip freeze, it's not going to work because again, if I update my path, I have to relaunch my command prompt. And I typed pip freeze. There we go. So now Python is working. Python 3.7.3. I can exit out of it. Oops. Or I can go ahead and type in pip freeze and everything works correctly. There you have it. Python is installed. Pip is installed. We're ready to get cranking here on doing some Python programming. If you're curious, or if that's working, you're good. You can kill the video right now. If you're curious, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about the Python installation directory and pip and the path and all that. So right here, I have in my file explorer. Oops. My file explorer, I have the C, users, project full stack, app data, local, programs, Python, right? Where I installed the Python 3.7.2. If I click on here, there is the Python application. So when I type in Python from my command prompt, when I type in Python, because I have this directory right here on my path, it's going to look in here for a file called Python, and it finds it and it runs it. Okay? So when I type in the Python here in the command prompt, it's essentially just a shortcut saying, hey, come over here and run this. So you notice I double click on that and that comes up. I also had to add the scripts folder, right? The scripts folder, which is right here. The reason for that is because I wanted pip to work. So if we go into scripts, you'll see, hey, there's pip right there. So when I come over here, and let's exit out of Python, when I come over here and I type in pip freeze, it's saying, hey, this is on my path, this directory, so go in here and also look for pip. So let's type in pip3 freeze, right? Because pip3 is located right there, and let's see what we get. Okay, it works too. So there you go, Python3, pip are installed, and a little introduction to the environment variables and how you can edit those and add those and launch things from the command prompt. If you have any problems, jump in. We have a Discord channel. Jump in there, ask me some questions in there. Hopefully I can help you out.